We go for it. We go for the last trip, Adam Sims. What do you reckon, Adam Sims? We do the last trip. Fretting over the fate of Barto. Let's go long today. Lance is sitting in the curb outside your shop, hunched over with his head in his hands. He looks worried. Nadine's going to be making the call on the caravan soon. I've got to be honest, I'm worried about Barto. Oh, that's a cool way of doing that. Don't you play that distressy dude. Believe me, I'm no fan of Nadine's, but without a steady influx of goods from the caravan, things could get real bad around here. Ghost town bad. Wish I could trust her to do the right thing, but what's she going to prioritize? The needs of the caravan? The needs of this town? Or the needs of herself? Even if she wanted to help, can she really? The Rilke's breathing down her neck. He'll play a green or an orange into that. He'll play the green, yeah, that's be fine. Just going out on a limb here, but I'm thinking our little town is not at the top of her list. It's okay, dude, it's okay. Just don't play the stress card. And the fate of your mum's store certainly isn't on her mind either. That much I can guarantee. I mean, we're hurting for products as it is. What will happen if you lose access to the caravan completely? I brought back 6 items last time. Like, I've still got wine in there. I don't know what you're going on about, dude. I thought I'd say this, but I think Nadine may be necessary evil. I guess that's why your mum put up with her for all those years. Yeah, I guess so. Deadline's approaching. I'll speak to Ramir first. Then we'll speak to Nadine. You spot Ramir standing in the middle of the street he grew up on. He looks a little lost. Somewhere between wistfulness and listlessness. What are you looking at? That's right, I got out on my own. No thanks to you. I get it. Bad situation, not much you could have done, I guess. Oh, that's right, you got arrested. Anyway, it's weird to be back in the place I spent all my time avoiding, you know. Used to be a house here. I'm sorry, dude. I tried talking to that robot, she just wouldn't listen. Some folks get some time off work and go back to their family home, their childhood bedroom. Isn't that wild? My childhood bedroom was still here. I'd rub a cigarette into the wood floors and watch it burn down. It's a little dark, dude. It's a little dark. Okay, we can play all of his. He's learnt some blue from being up in Thingy. Up in Robot Land. You probably feel the same, huh? Everyone's noticed you haven't done much with the store. No offense. I've done heaps! Why does everyone keep saying that? Personally, I'd prefer if the caravan never stopped here. I don't care if your store becomes some kind of institution. Oh, dude, you're harboring some, stuff. No, we don't need to... Some places shouldn't be relived. They activated a bunch of old dormant memories, better left dead. Now then, approachable is never how you describe Ramir, but sometimes you can still tell exactly what he's thinking. Yeah, dude's harsh, man. Dude's harsh. I kind of like where the deck's at the moment. Nadine pushes open the door to your store and steps inside. She scans the empty shelves, taking in every inch of the place with discerning, analytical eyes, before gesturing for you to join her on the stoop. We just sold out. Why didn't you show up when I came back and unpack the shelves? Your store. Is it always like this? I won't say I'm impressed, but your inventory is not the worst. That's right. They brought back so much stuff we didn't sell out. Rude. Okay, she doesn't have any blue, so I'll play blue into it. She can green into green into green. We can force a green. Okay. I'm not making a decision until the end of the month. If you don't turn things around, I'm afraid we'll have no choice but to drop Bartow from our route. I wish it wasn't the case, but the Rilkers are able to cause a lot of trouble for us. So basically we have to bring stuff back and tell everyone you can't touch it until after Nadine likes my inventory. Nadine shakes her head as she heads down the street, an ominous sign for the looming decision ahead. Alright. What's the plan? Last trip. We're not going to follow the caravan. I think we need to... Well, what do we need? We don't have a quest. Okay. So the only thing we can do there... No one here is able to speak to us, so there's no point. Maybe we can get some information on how to get to Harrow. I think we have to do that. We'll just follow the caravan while we do it. Off the road and wait it out. Choose to give a card. Observe. Sure. It's always nice having knowing what the other person has helped pick cards to play. Navigating winding canyon roads, second nature to you now, and you're able to appreciate the roadside sculptures and colourful architectures as you easily follow Nadine up to the plateau. And there's no Thomas. Oh good, I'm glad Thomas left to find his own way. Isabella! Isabella! A broken circle! Oh, cicadas buzz the final record for Isabella's shop. Survived natural disasters, markets, shocks, but it could not survive alienation from the circle. Oh, Isabella. Don't feel too sad, little bird. I've been booted out before, but I always land on my feet. This is the start of a new adventure. Oh, she's so positive. Oh, I admit, I still feel so much uncertainty about the future. Always had your mum in the circle to support me. Before Marquess led the group down a different path. One that I couldn't follow. Oh, now I want to hear the juicy goss. Can't change the circle. Younger people have different ideas, just like your mum and I when we were younger. The future of Panchenko is now in the hands of folks like Marquess now. Oh, and her circle. I can only wish her luck. It was so good to see you again. I just wish it was in better circumstances. Do I have a talkie-talkie one? No. You can't stay stuck somewhere you don't belong, child. Hope that you don't stop travelling until you find what you're looking for. You're sure, Isabella, that leaving is the right choice, and she offers you a last smile as she hugs you and heads out and gives us some licorice to take back. Nice. I prefer the cards I already have. Let's just keep them then. I guess she lounges on a snow-white couch. Dancers in feathered costumes greet you at the entrance of Marquess's latest party. You try not to inhale any glitter as you search for the host, who lounges casually on a white sofa. Ah, there you are. I'm not used to being disappointed, but I can't say I'm surprised. Play that. And then I think we choose one of those. That's right, Adam Sims. Exactly. Everyone's lives are difficult in some way. Even I have to keep the creditors away from Panchenko's door. Your failure to keep Thomas around has made my job that much harder. Your failure to keep Thomas around. You know, I almost envy the freedom of your dingy life on the road. No greater vision, no noble cause. It must be nice and easy. Not speaking to people like you, it's not. Not so for me. Every action I take carries consequences. For Panchenko's sake, it's my cross to bear. Here's a bit of trivia. Your mother and I founded the circle. I didn't tell you before because I wanted to see what you were made of. Okay. I was hoping you'd be different, but you two are a lot alike. In a bad way. I'll say no more. If you truly want to dig up the past, try Hara. We can go to Hara! Now if you'll excuse me, I have the actual worthwhile matters to attend to. You gonna give me something to take back? Marcus has rejected you from the circle. Are you at least gonna give me some more wine? More wine blocks. I'm just gonna give me a crappy card though. Hara. The lonely... Achievement unlocked. Visit Hara. The lonely hollow buildings of Hara are a oppressive reminder of what happens when aquifers go dry. The decaying structures and empty streets have been given over to the wind and desert rodents. A reclusive hermit, unbothered by the world. The Eremite. Hara is even quieter than you imagined. Its tall buildings crowning the horizon like so many giant tombstones. Up ahead, a solitary figure sits cross-legged by the roadside, the only other living person all the way out here. Blessed Paths, traveller. Oh, that locket. It brings back memories. I haven't seen that since... Panchenko. Oh, we gotta find out about this dude. What do you know about Mom? It was your mother's, I see. Your mother, she founded the circle in Panchenko, as did I. You must already know to come all the way out here. I imagine you've heard unflattering tales. No, I haven't heard anything. I'm not the person I was back then, not in name or character. But the circle certainly led to who I am now. Our mission was simple, to fill the world with beauty. Unfortunately, this world has a way of making simple things complex. I tried to keep the circle whole to keep profits from entering into the equation. Our art was supposed to enrich the world, not make us rich. Jerk's gonna jerk. Wait, what's that one lead to? That lead to pink? Okay, good. Trade, commerce, and savvy brought Pachenko to life, filled it with wonder. For a time this was enough. The trouble began when the Circle set its sights on Hara. Once a metropolis, Hara's water all but dried up, leaving it in sharp decline. Population dwindling, we imagined that with large investment, Hara could be restored. And the Circle's sphere of influence could expand, so we struck a deal with the Rilkes. Your mum and young Marquess were its strongest proponents. Of course, the Rilkes had no intention of saving Hara. What they wanted were rare metals buried deep in the earth below the city. They threw out the stragglers, and what remained of Hara was stripped and gutted. But not before they paid us handsomely. That was when I knew we'd gone too far. Oh, on the last pip anyway. Greed. Excess. I left when the founders turned on one another. I gave up my possessions, my relationships, even my own name. Your mother, she did the same to an extent. Conflict made us seek new lives, unforeseen. These aren't the answers you wanted, I imagine. I hope you've lived enough for that to feel familiar. Bless your path. He's not wrong. You've grown accustomed to the challenges inherent to uncovering the past. Heading deeper into Hara, you wonder what else the silent remains of the city might have seen over the years, and how in the end, all that's left are mysteries. Oh, we can get that back, that's nice. Why has this got a thing? It's just got Isabella. But I don't think... she can't speak to us, so... we can speak to Thomas. Let's go find Thomas. Let's do that. Your arrival is slowed by a steady flow of families and merchants making their way to Clifton. Many of the neighbouring communities do not have the resources to rebuild. Though the atmosphere on the road is solemn, the market is bustling once again. Thunder is searching for shade. The midday sun is harsher than his tongue lolls from his mouth despite the water you give him. Arf, arf. Shade is scarce this time of day, but eventually Thunder settles in under a merchant's umbrella, making easy friends. Spending time with Thunder makes you feel less fatigued. Thomas is unloading crates of original artwork. The market is vibrant, with only a hint of previous landslides. Spotted birds squawk indignantly from their cages, and the smell of cinnamon wafts with prevailing wind. One of the stalls sells paintings, and the dramatic style is oddly familiar. Hi, can I interest you in a portrait of a silk weaver? Oh, it's my first customer. Please remember who I am. Of course we do, Thomas. Of course we do. I moved to Clifton to see how new audiences respond to my work. Hopefully they weren't just being polite. They weren't. Your paintings are good. Everyone from Pachenko was so nice about my leaving. I can't believe I was just being anxious for nothing. Or do they secretly hate me? Oh, he's such a warrior. I don't know how I'll repay Marquez for all the money she spent on my move, but I can try. That was nice of Marquez to actually help him out. I wanted to thank you for buying my painting and not running away screaming during our other conversations. I think he's one of the few people we've actually been able to fully talk to all the time. Since you travel a lot, maybe one of the smaller paintings will be easy for you to carry around. I have a series of square landscapes here. You say goodbye to Thomas, who seems to have grown into his own ambitions. At least he doesn't shrink back when he talks to other customers. Good for Thomas. Okay. I'll go speak to dude. We're going to go around that way. If we go around that way, we can actually change our deck a little bit on the way back. And maybe we can speak to some of these people. We'll just have to remember to do that too. We need to change our deck to have a bit more blue interaction. Choose a card to gain prepare. It will override existing effects. Okay. There we go. And then when we're done, up in that one, change back to get a little less blue. Oh, dude, he's over here. Nice. Oh, Miriam. A recent arrival. She found herself right at home, befriending neighbours and uplifting the community. She will be sorely missed. Matilda will hold a service in the town centre. Unexpectedly, you pick out a familiar face among the crowd. It's none other than Alexis. Based on their stall, complete with bright new umbrella, they appear to have bounced back. Hey, he's got roasted nuts. No crickets. My most trusted customer. Yes, the rumours are true. I'm afraid I've left Clifton behind me. How do I get my hands on D's nuts? Competition isn't so fierce here in Buckenborough, but that won't be the case in a few weeks. Oh, listen to me ramble. How does Bartow fare? Perhaps you should move too. It's a thought. Don't play the double distressor. I'm trying to build a proper safety net out here for myself. Something that could endure a disaster or two. I'm glad, dude. I'm having trouble finding sustainable growers around here too. Many don't take proper care of their bees. Hopefully he's not wanting us to find someone's bees. Nice. Oh, and all that ruckus over there about a funeral. That's a shame. I was wondering why my sales were slow. Wish Alexis luck, but don't think they'll need it. For whatever quirks they may have, they're remarkably adaptable to circumstances good and bad. That's someone you can look forward to doing business with. We're doing very well on the, oh, I'm gonna have to... It's a shame, I like the prepared. We're doing very well on the pickups. The funeral takes place on a sunny day, so Miriam's weeping admirers have to provide the rain. After Matilda's final words, the guests shuffle into Miriam's old chocolate store to drink and feast. But Matilda invites you for a walk. I didn't lie to Miriam, you know. All of her readings were joyful. I saw the whale, an oak tree, even the unbroken comet. Maybe I'm just no good at sadness. I read that we were even supposed to have rain today, but I even managed to chase the clouds away. Maybe you can't read the leaves anymore. I guess it's not horrible quality to have. I'm gonna need a lot of hope around this place. A lot of new people are coming by railroad. Give me that one. Good. I think Buckenborough will be okay. There's gonna be more people like Miriam in the world that want to come in here. If the railroad wasn't reopened, then maybe I would never have met Miriam. We've got to take care of it, no matter what. That's right. Ooh. Nice. Sorry, I just miss her a lot. She was such a nice person, especially the kids. Let me cry a little bit, okay? You let Matilda cry on your jacket. Oh, achievement unlocked, a somber day. You also loan her your handkerchief. She seems grateful for assuring presence. Yeah, don't loan her the handkerchief. I don't know if I want it back. Oh, a green to a double? Do I have a green to an orange somewhere? Get rid of a green to an orange? Green to blue, but we want to start heading away from that, so probably don't take one. Oh, I have to take one of these. Swap those ones around then. Oh, she didn't give me anything. Tea. We'll try and talk to little Bossinio a little bit. Anka seems to have returned to its bustling, if not quite welcoming self. With the trains running and the rebuilding efforts made great strides, many shops are reopening for the first time. Little Bossinio is always up for a friendly wager. His pals are hanging out in an alleyway when they spot you and signal you over. As you approach, Aiken, Blake and Paledale pat you down. And we're going for our third attempt at talking to Little Bossinio. Yo, Paledale and I had a staring contest earlier. It was hella fun. The reigning champ. Think you could beat me? Let's pick up the blue cards, Panz. Panz! Alright, if we're gonna fail, let's see if we can get some extra cards in straight away. Stop talking, look directly into my eyes. Right, he's got a green into a blue. We can't play into that. Oh man, what's he got? He's got a blue. He just needs to just play the blue, and we can get out of this, I think. I thought we were supposed to be in the middle of a staring contest. One time. Nice. Okay, doesn't help, but we got something. I don't think we got enough dark blue in the deck to talk to him. Okay, that was a pretty good practice round. But can I make it interesting? How about we sweeten the pot? Literally. If you win, I'll give you this chocolate bar from Miriam's old shop. If I win, you don't have to give me nothing. Just bragging rights. Ready? Alright. Dude! I need to get a blue card. What are you doing? Don't look away yet. Alright. Maybe that'll help us when we get to, Oh, Big Mr. there wants to talk now. He's bringing me some parts. Okay, come on. Big Mr. stops beside you out of breath. He doesn't greet you with his usual enthusiasm. Okay. Hey, I just want to apologise for what happened with Lil Bossinio. I'm watching history repeat right before my eyes. I'm powerless to stop it. Alright. works. Okay, this is fine. I know what that is, but we can... We do have a safety, so if we play that one, and then give him a chance here. I think the safety brings us back, though. He greens to greens. That's fine. Yeah, so you don't lose a pip, but you get sucked back. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then he'll blue to green, and then we can give it a green-orange. Guess I'm not sure what I expected. A guy like me going straight, everything just working itself out. That chance. Just can't erase the past. Things a person's done, they'll never go away. They'll always be there. Come on, dude. Reform and give me those parts. Take me back the first time I ran away from home. A couple outsiders working for the Rilkers came by Dad's shop. Made him fix their poor robot for a pittance. One of them even helped himself to Dad's lunch. Dad was the one who really pissed me off. The whole time he was just laughing and joking. I swore in my heart that'd never be me. Oh man. How are we going to get past those? Oh, he played a double. Okay. Play that into it. What do we want? Oh, that one. Okay. Get the parts, Panz. I bet little Basinio thinks I'm a chump, just like I thought Dad was a chump. Well, I guess I got no choice to prove him wrong. Don't rob me now. How am I going to prove him wrong? Simple. By doing what I got to do. No matter what that is. Okay, okay. Oh, we did it. Dad's long gone. Mimi didn't stick around. Little Basinio's all I got left. I won't lose him without a fight. Not even if it means bringing back the old Big Basilio. Well, you can have these spare parts. I don't think I'll be needing them anymore. No, don't go back to being old Big Basilio. Big Basilio's ominous proclamation hangs in the air. Not every ending to a story can be a happy one, but this one seems especially unfortunate. Oh, dude. Well, let's move it on then. That's a feels bad though. Okay. See if we can apologise to Theo for screwing up his chance at some love. Travellers stroll the past, the ring oasis protected from the desert sun by leafy palms and hanging awnings. Sounds and smells spill from open doorways of the common spaces of the oasis, welcoming and gentle. Theo, he's leaned back in his wheelchair, chewing on a dried thought. As you approach the fruit stand, you catch Theo in a private moment of reflection as he watches the sun start to set over the desert oasis sky. Just like my fruit, life gets better with age. Don't you think? Yeah, life's good, Theo. The exterior may grow tough and leathery, hard to chew for some, but inside, the flavours become more complex. Nuanced, even. The thing is, I've forgotten that life is sort of like my fruit in another way too. It's gone old and stale. Alright, punch that one in and hopefully he can agree to disagree, I guess. You're in Desert Oasis, time works different than it does in other places. Oh, buffer. Except we're going to lose the buffer. Still. Better to have lived than lost than let Theo ruin it for you. He keeps giving us the blues though. I don't know if we can keep up with this. If you're not careful, one day you might turn around and realise it's all dried up. Yeah, Theo, I'm starting to see that now. Been at this game for a long time, friend. I think it might be time to try something new while I still can. Oh, he's all greens. This, if he plays green into green... I was trying to tell you something important, but fine, don't listen. Just play green into green, please, Theo. Woo! Good job, Theo. Maybe pack up this shop and head out towards Long Gate. Always wonder what fruits might bear for me there. Yeah, about that. There's an old dried up fruit that was trying to bear for you down here and we kind of ruined it. Sorry, buddy. But you should go. Theo hangs the clothes for the day, sign over his stand and stares off a desert oasis sunset, popping ruby raisins into his mouth and thinking about where the future might take him. Hopefully it takes him to see old dried up lady bits. No F, no F. We got Theo to move to Long Gate to see his lady friend. Well, there's no one there for us. That's interesting. I wonder what happens if... Should we just go? Probably shouldn't go if there's no one there. Maybe this dude at Long Gate can help. Past the desert oasis, past caravan routes and desert encampments, the Long Gate marks the edge of the world. Beyond lies the long expanse, places that were only vague legends, even from Mom. Let's see if we can... Nice is checking the food stall. Let's see if we can talk to him this time. The night market is one of the few things that residents of Long Gate could consider their own. Night markets are cool. Artisans put out earthenware pottery and fire sculpted glass. You catch a familiar figure examining the fried pork skewers. Oh, that sounds amazing. Had a feeling our paths would cross again. How fitting we should both find ourselves in this curious market so many miles from home. Okay. Oh, nice. And why didn't we get a protection? I mean, I really don't care. Though. Kate, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. We're playing a little bit of something of the Sojourner. Not bad. Signs of the Sojourner. We're wrapping up our last trip around the market stalls. I'm still live, yeah, hanging in. Going a bit late today. It's nice to be able to stay on a bit longer. Hey, Bridgie, how you doing? How was your stream, Kate? Come, let us experience the purity of this moment together with our own eyes. As fellow traveller, you must know how much the truth gets distorted in the retelling. You doing good? Yeah, I'm good too, man. It's hard for most adventurers to risk life and limb for a place they know nothing about? Certainly. Alright, so we just got to try, you got to match the symbols and play off their deck a little bit. We don't have any... Oh, uh-oh. He's not going to be happy here. We've got to play blue or purple. We got a purple. Okay. Ooh. Had ups and downs. Got real good fun. Well, overall good fun's good. I wasn't inviting an argument. Come on, dude. Work with me here. Okay, we can play into that. Come on. I hit that up. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, wait, but I have to play again? I can't play again with that. Wait, what? I don't know what we've got left in the draw. What's our only option? Okay. I hail from a place called the Azhar, a lovely little mining town. Azhans are fluent in body language because our parents spent half their lives under protective suits. Owing to our origins, we're also adept at reading the Earth's secrets as easily as your people read books. skill has served my present employers well over the countless years. Precious stones, rare metals. I'm quite good at finding them wherever they hide out in these sands. Oh, he's a dude that does things to the Rilkers. I remember when I first met a man from your lands. He was stubbornly prideful. He does, Adam says he must. He was not heeding our warnings, ended up passing out in the mines. What did he want from them? Who can say? Alright, I think... Okay, so we have to miss this one. Get him to play that one. Okay, and I think testing we need that sort of protection. But that means we have to play again. We'll miss if we play that. It's gonna be close. You missed the point. I did. I'm sorry, I didn't quite have the cards. He's gonna play green. Or okay, we. Woo! I carried him to safety, and he fled our house the next morning, trying to save face, I expect. He was certainly an odd person. Memories of the sand. Something about a nicer story tugs at the edges of your memory, but you can't quite place it. You still manage to enjoy an evening of revelry, fried food, and drinks. Okay, now we need a card that's going to help us when we get back home, and I think... that one... What do you reckon? I can... Well, it's got to be one of these. Probably back into green-orange. I mean, that's all we really have. We're not travelling out to any of the far reaches. It's time to go home. No place like home. It's been a fun game. Oh, let's join the travellers on the side of the road. We gain a single-use accord. Oh, wow, that's great. Put it on a fatigue. Can we pet the dog? Hey, can we pet the dog? As you disembark from your long, tiresome journey, Nadine covertly pulls you aside. Oh, not now. I spoke with the other members of the caravan and we've reached a decision. We didn't unpack the house yet. You're not going to like it. Maybe we've got to somehow get some convincing happening. We can play into orange. We don't have a shuffle. I'm sorry, but ultimately our quorum felt that Bartow just isn't pulling its weight anymore. Doesn't make sense for us financially or logistically to keep it on the route. I'll be honest, pressure from the Rookers was a strong factor too. Yeah, she's being all Nadine. The only reason we've held on this long is because of an old promise I made to your mom. With her gone and the town in decline, I really can't justify it to the others for any longer. Rude. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. I hope you'll understand. It is your... Yeah. Looking into Nadine's eyes, you can tell she genuinely seems to be giving you such terrible news. But it still doesn't lessen the blow. After a moment of awkward silence, Nadine leaves you alone to grieve. I mean, that would have been a good card to have a while back. You find Elias at the coffee shop, his face slack-jawed and pale. He barely even looks up to meet your gaze as you approach the counter. He's going to be so upset. I take it you heard about Nadine's news? Yeah, me too. How did you find out about it? She was supposed to tell me first. I wonder if he can play that into a fatigue card. That would be dumb, but... What it's worth? I'm sorry. You know I care about the store just as much as you do. Maybe even more. Yeah. This doesn't have to be the end, does it? I mean, you've learned to fend for yourself out there, haven't you? Yeah, but... we're not the only ones involved here. Sad face. Contrary to popular belief, it is possible for us to survive without the great Nadine and all her all-powerful caravan, isn't it? Maybe. Why couldn't she have come and done it after we'd unloaded the van? We got heaps of some stuff. I don't know if your heart's still in this place. I'm not sure mine is anymore. I know, dude. I think I have to break the thing here and let him orange and then we get another one. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Maybe it's time to start looking elsewhere. Join you on some of these adventures I've been hearing so much about. Rush around the counter and give Elias a hug. Nothing would make you happier than having your oldest, most cherished friend as a partner and a travel companion. Oh, Samuel. He looks free. Very free. The roadhouse less travel. Samuel looks a little listless as he sweeps the roadhouse steps and smells like something delicious is cooking inside. But he appears to be alone. Slow day. Been a lot of them lately. Might have to settle down, but who knows if it'll ever get back to normal around here. Guess it gives me more time to sit and think. Yeah. Why not? If we don't use it, maybe it doesn't collapse. Oh, it turns it into one of those. Maybe I shouldn't have played that. Lately I've been thinking about how quiet it's been around here, and how much more quiet it's going to get when the caravan stops coming around. Pretty sure it's getting to be about time for me to move on to greener pastures. It's no pleasant prospect, but I can't say I see any other option. Can't play one of these in. Oh, I might have been better off just breaking that and keeping my... Yeah, I don't know. Sure did make a lot of good memories in this town, I'll say. Gonna miss it big time. This is where I met your mum and dad, after all. Oh, we haven't heard about our dad through the whole game. My bad. I can't imagine the rumination of this old timer too exciting for you. It's just... why am I going to miss Bartel? Oh, he's leaving. We are getting into Ghost Town. Well, if nothing else, at least I can say the old bucket list was pretty well crossed off over the years. I thought of Bartel without Samuel as a strange one, but judging by the roadhouse empty tables, he doesn't seem to have much to say in the matter. Now that the caravan has cut ties with Bartow, the store's future is looking grim. Perhaps it's time for a change. If Mum was able to create a whole new life for herself, surely you can too. You and Elias pack up your things and head out, running your hands over the empty shelves as you exit Mum's store for the very last time. 10 years later. Welcome back, Smus. Your new shop looks much like the old one, only this one is filled to the hilt with merchandise and eager customers. Elias runs the register while you restock the well-picked over shelf. We're running out of my famous keyrings again. I'm grabbing another box from the back. I think we did, Smus. I think we did. I mean, he is sporting a very manly beard. That says, Hube material. Thanks. Turns out I was right about those things. People really do love reminders of where they've been. Speaking of which, I've been thinking a lot about Bartow lately. All these years later, do you still think leaving was the right thing to do? Why would you do that? Oh, hang on, do that. Clearly we're better off here in Anka. Our stock is selling like hotcakes, and I've got the best partner in the whole world. For some reason my mind keeps wandering back to the hard times, back to when nothing was a sure thing. My tail off in that coffee shop, playing my synthesizer for the first time at the Roadhouse. Remember that day Mum had us pry apart after we just fought over her locket? Yeah. The aunt thing got us into trouble even then, long before we uncovered the truth about her history with the Circle. Oh boy, were we at each other's throats. I thought for sure that was going to be the end of a friendship right then and there. I can't speak double blue, you know that. We've certainly come a long way since then, haven't we? Elias rings up some solder for a big Basilio, then walks him out the door. Exhausted, he flips the sign to close. Together, the two of you watch the sun go down over the beautiful Anka sky. For Tada and Jiddo. Yeah, Basilio's back to making electronics again. That is good. I really like that. It was really well laid out. And definitely options there, to go through again and go to the different towns. Like you just can't do all the stuff because you've got 10 cards. So if you want to either speak blue orange, green orange, or green blue, or purple blue, or whatever. And if you're lucky, you might be able to get away with 3 colours. But a lot of the times we struggled with the 3rd colour. And I think if you sort of try to spread it out to get 3 colours well, especially when the after the bad stuff happens and everyone's got the pink distress in there, like that's got to be one of the colours. Otherwise, you just don't get to speak with anyone. It was really fun. Last but not least, we'd like to say a very heartfelt thank you to our amazing Discord community. Thanks for playing. It was a pleasure.